evening to you. My name is Mike Koshira and welcome to Unplugged, and this is where we talk to the very best talent we have here in the 254 and beyond. And tonight I am excited to have none other than Steph Kapela, man. This guy, I've known him for a while now, and let me tell you, if you've never had any music from Steph Kapela, I don't know what rock you've been living under. And today we're going to explore more of his talent and his music. My brother!
Yo!
How you doing?
Chilling, man.
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, man.
And the drip is always on point.
Kidogo. Shout out to Metamorphosis for that. Yeah.
All right, good. Steph Kapela is here with us. Of course, any questions that you want to ask Steph, you can do that using our WhatsApp number, which is on the screen right now. And of course, if you're online with the hashtag LoopK24. We're also joined by Francis from Harvest, which is at Trademark Hotel. If you've never been to Harvest, please go and check that out. They've got some fantastic margaritas that they serve there. Tell us about that, Francis.
First of all, I'll introduce to you the history of margarita, a very brief history about margarita. It started in the year 1938 by a gentleman called Carlos Herrera. Right. It was actually made for a celebrity lady, a dancer who was actually allergic to every spirit other than the tequila. Really? So he decided to come up with a drink for her. For her. Yeah. He took Contru and then the tequila, mixed up together with lime, and then he came up with the margarita.
So, and even the good things can come out of problems, like that. Yeah. Okay, we've got Steph Kapela here, and I know you make some fantastic margaritas at Harvest.
On Mondays.
Tell us about that.
So actually, we are doing margaritas Mondays on Harvest Restaurant. Each and every Monday, starting from this month, going to the next 3 months. We have the first one is called the Cinco de Mayo Margarita, and the second one is the Passion Margarita. The third one is a Classic Margarita. And then we have the Golden Margarita, which is the tequila infused with turmeric and black pepper.
Okay. We've got Steph Kapela here, man. This guy, this is a legend. I think so. He needs a legendary margarita. What are you going to
make it strong?
I think Kapela is going to have the Cinco de Mayo.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool. Let's start up.
Let's do the Cinco de Mayo.
And as Francis does that, let's start things off here with Steph Kapela on Unplugged.
Yo. Mic check, 1 2 1 2.
What are you going to perform for us?
Let's do taste. Let's give him a taste, you know.
Let's give him a taste.
You know, it's actually very, it's appropriate right now.
Right.
So let's give him a taste.
All right. Here's Steph Kapela with taste, only on Unplugged, as we taste some of the margaritas that Francis is warming up for us here on the show. All right, let's go.
1 2.
Feelings, they drive me crazy. Baby, you gotta feel me, you gotta save me. So tell me you feel it, I need it, baby. Don't leave me, baby. It don't matter what we call it, babe. Can't turn from your temptation. We ain't falling, we just fornicate. Whenever you want it, babe. Whenever you want it, babe. Early in the morning, babe. Make a good morning, great. I turn on the phone, leave it alone. Focus on me, babe. I turn on the phone, soon to be gone, babe. Give me a taste, Don't let it fade away, let it waste away, no, babe. Oh, babe, don't give it away. Give me a taste, Don't let me fade away, let me get. Feelings, they drive me crazy. Baby, you gotta feel me, you gotta save me. So tell me you feel it, I need it, baby. I mean it, baby. Ushanifunga kaleso, ilianza kamchezo, nikasema kamto, acha tu nikamkesho, nikazidi kukupenda, unavutia kasesho, kila siku ndakupenda, ingali kani na uwezo, nilikatanga my yanks, squeezing no thanks, Nilikatanga my yanks, squeezing no drinks, yeah. Nairobi puna my queen, wamekuwa 2 cents, yeah. Lakini ni wendo me winning king, baby, give me a taste, yeah. Don't let it fade.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's Steph Kapela right here on Unplugged. Yo, bro, let's take a seat here.
Let's take a seat here.
Of what Steph Kapela is about.
Jesus
as we get drinks here from Franco, courtesy of Harvest, a trademark.
Do the audience at home know like how hot the lights are?
Yeah, no, you're the one bringing the heat.
Oh, it's me.
That's what's up, man. Bro, Happy New Year. I haven't seen you in 2021.
Yeah, it's been a while, man. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
In Kosa, we're chilling. We're just moving on with life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I see you doing your thing, man. Big moves.
Thank you.
All right, so let's talk about your music journey. Like, you know, your story is really interesting. I like it. So you grew up in Buru.
Yeah.
Moved to Umo.
Hey!
Yeah.
Who's talking? Who is talking? How do you know this stuff?
Anyway. Wait, and then around class 3, your mom and your bro moved to South Sea, Mogoya.
Yeah, Mogoya.
Thank you so much, bro.
Good thing.
Margaritas also.
Appreciate it.
Cheers,
Cheers,
man.
cheers,
Cheers to you. Thank you, Franco.
Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
And, you know, South Sea is very legendary for, you know, some of the great artists that we had.
Yeah.
And, like, you lived next to Chihuahua before he was Chihuahua.
Yeah. I think it was like number 40 something.
Yeah.
And Askes were like number 32.
Yeah.
But like, and I was fortunate enough to be like in South Sea when South Sea was like really popping. Like when Issa was Issa.
That was the boom.
Yeah,
the
that was, And I was a kid, so like I got to watch all these things happen at the same time.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. I had an amazing childhood. Honestly, I can't take anything away from it.
Yeah, because I mean, you were in a place where you could just walk down the street and be like, hey, there's Issa, I know where he hangs out. There's Big
Technically, no, but I knew the place they used to hang out.
Okay.
Like, kulikuwa na place where Jobless corner, like JC, it was popular, JC.
Right.
So like, yeah, you'd find them there, or kulikuwa na baba shop flani ingine that I used to go to back in them days when you could shave your hair for like 50 bob. Yeah, but things have changed.
Things have changed, man.
Clearly.
Even
for me too.
Up there. No, I mean, so at that point, you were mostly into singing. You hadn't even started rhyming yet.
Yeah.
But you hooked up with a guy when you were in South Sea who used to rhyme, and you used to sing together with him.
Yeah. Alfred. Oh my God, man, that's such a long time ago, bro. I honestly have no idea what he's doing these days. Yeah. But that was the first time I ever decided to like, okay, let me see what I can do, like writing wise or whatever.
Right.
And I wasn't any good. But at least I'll to Beba for that time, like Alfred carried us at that time.
And R&B like, was a really big influence for you, because all the days of Jimmy Gathu and
Wacha. You know, you guys, man, like this generation will never know just how like Kenyan music was actually really loved and adored during those times. Remember when Jimmy Gathu had like 5 shows? He had like 5 shows, like there was like Kas, Nini. I was a kid then, I can't really remember as well, but there was like Kas, there was like Jamadeli,
there was
Rapem. Aye, bro. I love. No, Kas was a Lingala one.
Yeah, it was Lingala, yeah.
Oh, man.
Mondays, I remember, was Rapem, I think.
It was Rapem, I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, it was dope. So, now, at some point in class 5, you know, something happens to you, and you decide you're quitting school for 2 years.
Who is talking? Who is talking out here? Anyway, yes.
So tell us about that.
After class 5, I don't know what happened. Like when I think about it, I like to trace it to. There was a teacher I really liked. Like when I was in class 5, I really liked her. Like she was very young. I don't know. Like she taught well, right? And it wasn't like say kitu romantic or anything. Class 5, but. I was kind of a dumb kid at that point, like I wasn't passing my classes. So I think alienda akasema tu lazima repeat. And I think she like made a comment. She called me like, you know, like you're stupid or something of the sort. So I think I took it to heart, and I just decided like, and I was a rebel kid. I was a rebel kid as well. So I decided to just, you know, get into my own mind and just walk away from school and everything.
And that was a bit tough, because you know you and your mom went back and forth on that for a bit, right?
Man. Wow, nilichapwa. Like I was called for pastors, I was called for my uncles, my aunties, my bros. I mean, anyone and everyone who could talk to me came and talked to me. Yeah. But I think eventually what happened was, I don't know, just one day I woke up and I was like, yo, like I really thought about my future. Yeah. And for some reason, I just decided, you know, like, yeah, there's really no future staying at home, like doing nothing. So I went back to school and I took the heats and nika enjoy you, of course, weka buda, uliacha chuo, najifanya nini, but you know, it all worked out great.
It worked out great. So
yeah.
then you find yourself in high school, you're in ditches, Dagoretti, shout out ditches.
Wajue leo.
And you're in Menengai B as your dorm.
Yeah, I was talking. Anyway, sawa. Tuendelee.
And when you get there, you get into this gospel a cappella groups that are being formed there. Which one was yours? Messengers of Christ or?
Nah. Did we have a name with Rabbi? I don't know if we had a name. I don't know if we were calling ourselves anything, but we were all trying to model ourselves after F216.
Right.
F216 was the crew that Amo from Amos and Josh.
Yes.
He was the lead singer in that crew.
Yeah.
That boy is bad.
He's bad because that's actually where you met Amos from Amos and Josh.
I am telling you, I keep preaching this to everyone I know. Like, Amo, like people know Amo can sing. Like everyone knows Amo can sing. But
he can rap as well.
I know Amo can sing.
Yeah.
Like his vocal range is bananas.
Yeah.
And he was a very just dope, overall dope person. Same mzuri, anapenda Mungu. Like he was very humble, he was very nice, and he was very handsome. Mademo alikuwa anamkatia sana mafanki, you know, so like I just wanted to learn as much as possible from him, and I was grateful enough for him to be like, to mentor me kidogo, and eventually akaniacha hata hiyo choir master.
You know, that's the thing. So you became choir master
after him.
And like he was choir master like since Form 1. Like
but I don't even know. Like I'm always gifted beyond gifted. Like you can't even imagine. Like the boy can sing, he can write, he knew all the harmonies. I learned everything from him.
Did you know I'm supposed to be in Boomba Clan?
No.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be in Boomba Clan.
No, Boomba Clan. Yeah, I remember Boomba Clan was.
Yeah, I was supposed to be in Boomba Clan.
This must have happened before I got there.
He actually could rap. And so he was supposed to be in Boomba Clan, but then the thing is, Boomba Clan now was doing secular music.
Yeah.
And he was, gospel and
Boomba Clan was running entertainment to it. They were the entertainment prefix also. Like they were running entire. Yeah. I mean, that's news to me, but wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you.
So then, you guys used to have an art event that used to happen in school,
festival,
right? Yeah. And so one time, the art festival is going on, and you and
Rabbi, my guy,
you beg your art teacher. You're like, give us a chance to do a performance.
Yeah.
And you go and you kill the performance.
It was great.
And then that's where you got the name Kapela from. Tell us about that.
At least that's where I'm tracing it back to. Because I remember my art teacher used to be like, he's a very friendly guy. So what like, okay, our art school was like our art class, the classroom itself was like downstairs, Mali. So when you go down this way and he's coming up, he'd see you and he'd go like, and whatever your name was.
Right.
Like, insert name. Yeah. So he'd go like, Kapela! Because we sang a cappella.
Yeah.
So he'd always go like, Kapela! And I don't know, like the confusion somewhere there was like, my name is Kapela, and he's just like, Mike, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I think like just playing around with that, took the name, decided to change the C to a K, removed one of the L's, and Kapela was born.
Steph Kapela. But also know that, in school you were really gifted. You played basketball as well.
Yeah. Oh man, I had handles.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro, what are we ufupi skudanganye? I was good. I was good.
Something else you were good at, and we're going to test it right now. Let's go over there. Yeah. Let's.
What we do?
We're going to stand here.
Okay.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to stand here with my man Franco from Harvester Trademark, who's giving us some fantastic drinks there. Yeah. Steph Kapela is going to earn his drink right now. All right. Okay. So what you all don't know is Steph can sing, Steph can rap. Steph can play basketball, but Steph can dance as well. This man was a legendary break dancer in high school. All right?
No dancing.
All right, so you know what? Let's play the song.
No.
Let's play the song. No. We're going to do this. I'm going to do it first. Then I'll play it to Steph, and Steph's going to take it from there. All right, so let's play the song. Ain't no stopping us. That is the most legendary breakdance song to ever come out.
This is a trick. This is a trick.
No, I'm bringing the inner OG out. This man, and he was legendary break dancer.
Shout out to Alan. Alan was the real break dancer. He was my best friend in high school, man.
So, around 2007, you know, your mom calls you and your bro, and, you know, tells you that, look, this is the way the situation is. Like, you know, I can't afford to take both of you to uni, you know. So the plan is, you're going to go to the States, and we'll do a harambe, changa for the flight, and your first semester.
Precisely.
But then after that, you're on your own.
Yeah.
And then she tells you this news, and instead of being happy, you're like, damn, I don't want to go because you're in love.
I was in love. Mwenye alipatia Mike Washira marking scheme, azejo nakutafuta. But anyway, that's exactly how it happened. I was in love with Shore, who will not be named now because she's married with kids. Yeah. But yeah, I was very much in love with her. I didn't want to leave. I never really knew that I was ever going to like actually go to the States in terms of like learning. I always knew that I wanted to go to the States, but I always wanted to go as a star.
Right.
So, yeah, basically that's what happened. And then, you know, Madhyaksha Kamgu Chini. There's nothing you can say, so I just had to be like, okay, fine, yeah, I'll go. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Yeah, and I grew up really fast upon landing. Yeah.
So you always knew you wanted to be a a musician or a director?
Or a director, yes.
Yeah. And so at that point, then, you know, you have to go and do your visa thing and So you go and you choose to do integrated marketing communication.
Yeah.
Oh, big thing. You know?
Not really, they come too. The communications too, but it looked good on paper. I decided to go to Wichita State.
But before you even went, you recorded your first ever song, which was absolutely terrible.
Oh, nasty piece of work. But like a friend of mine who still had it when I came back, like she was like, yo, I have this song, I know I have it somewhere on CD. I will find it, I will send it to you. And eventually she did, and sometimes I play it and I go like, God, man, tumetoka mbali. And that's why sometimes I think I'm a little bit more understanding of like up and coming acts, especially the very young ones, the 18, 19-year-olds, whatever. Like there's still so much time for you to grow. There's still so much for you to learn. So if me at 18, 19, I was this whack and, you know, God's blessed me enough to fika mali nimefika, like I know you guys can go even farther because I know 18, 19-year-olds who are like better than me now. And they still have all this time to catch up to my age,
So by the time now you're going to the States, you sort of backslid. Like, like the gospel thing is like now out the window.
I mean, shida yangu ilikuwa moja. Like, I love God. I still love God. My issue was like, especially in high school, would be tungefunga chuo. When I get home, all this ati ufai watch secular music, ufai kuangalia movies. It was hard. So mimi nilikuwa na chakoti ya uokovi shule narudi naiva tena. And I didn't like myself too much about that. Like eventually in fourth form I just decided to be like, okay, let me just step away from the whole thing because I don't want to be a hypocrite. But I understand that my relationship with God is just that, a relationship. And in any relationship, there's going to be ups and downs. And we're not always cool, we're not always great, but my God loves me.
So your God truly loves you. So you get to the US. And your uncle is supposed to pick you up but never shows up.
Yeah, man. I never met him. Never met the guy.
So there's a guy from the church there with a board, you know those
some
boards?
Asian guys, Kwanzaa. Some Asian guys just holding like Steven Nyankuru, like a big placard, and I'm like,
you know what?
Well, like I don't know if my family married out, but cool. Yeah, let's see what's up.
Okay, so they take you from you've just landed. They take you from the airport to fellowship.
Yeah.
And when you get to fellowship, you notice something really, really out of the box that you've not noticed in fellowships here in Kenya. Tell us about what that is.
Najua nani aliuza hizi masiri. Nishajua ni nani. I will find you. You know I know you. I will find. But anyway, so yeah, we get into, I get into the fellowship. And that was the first time ever I'd ever seen a chick wear like shorts zinafika mali hapa. You know, and this is fellowship. This is like, you know, meeting proper. Proper, you know, like guys are intercessing in tongues, everything, but the shorts are here.
And that's what you're noticing. You're like, bruh, are we in a bar or we're in fellowship?
I think I was in a whole different spirit, you know, like my zone was somewhere else. But yeah, pole. You know.
And so you get to the US and like you are thinner than I am right now, man. You are thinner than Francis over there, man. You know, like
I was a skinny kid.
You're a skinny kid. So I mean, so you get there and it's complete culture shock. So because you know, like there are a lot of things that take getting used to. Tell us what happened when you used the first vending machine.
Let me see. Oh yeah, if I'm not getting this wrong. I remember the first time I think I was getting a high C, like it was like an orange soda or something. But I didn't know exactly how like vending machines worked at that point. So I can't remember exactly what happened, but I think like I was pressing buttons trying to like get some things to come out. Najaribu kuingiza do na iwak or something. I can't remember exactly, but it's some like embarrassing story. Like I can't recall it at the top of my head, but it was just one of those things that I didn't know how it worked. And then Azubapo and Kapela, guys are looking at me like waiting their turn. And I'm just there like, okay, so I just let some guy come before. And
then you watch what he's doing.
And then jump in and you do the rest.
And you know in the US, you're either working or you're working. You know, there's no time for socialization, no time for rest. So I mean, you were a nurse's aide, you did sales. You know, at some point ulikuwa pika chipo kwa hoteli flani.
Hey, mob, hata si moja. I worked at first of all my first job was Chick-fil-A. Was it Chick-fil-A? Yeah, it was Chick-fil-A. That was on campus. So I did that for a while, then I realized I'm not making enough moolah because you're only allowed to work like I think 20 hours out of like the week. So I'm like, kama stengenezi do enough up, let me see what else I can do within campus. So I also started doing catering, like on the side, like during the weekends and stuff like that. Kachapapo, then finally niko do itoshi kind of campus. Then that's when I got into Taco Pronto. I worked there for a while. Where else did I work? I worked a few like food joints. Then I did the nurse's aid. I did window cleaning. And then I became sales while window cleaning.
And so the hustle just didn't stop. Like you just continued.
Yeah. I mean, the problem with me is like I can't seem to settle on one thing like for too long. Right. So like even those jobos, they were fine, but especially like the sales one, like I was earning quite a good commission, but mi ujua ilikuwa ni boss sama. Unajua like you tu kutembea, you're constantly the nose, you know, and you get a lot of nose in sales. So that wasn't just for me. I just needed something different. And then finally one day nikasema tunajua nini? Me, I'm going for this music thing and I'm going to do it and see what happens. You go
do it, kabisa. And so even when you were in the States, you know, you met Dubai Mamba.
Yeah. Shout out to they know. Dennis is like, even today, he's one of the most animated, like positive vibes. You know, when they say like manifestation and whatever, like that guy is literally living that life, has been living that life since I met him, has been the same guy. I'm telling you, if I had an ounce of his type of like allure, you know, like he steps in a room, he steps in a room and everyone in this room will know him like in a second, and he's just that I'm here, notice me.
Larger than life
character.
And so you guys recorded DJ Anthem,
and
then there was you know, there's a couple of other songs that you did.
Tausi,
you did
that. We formed a crew.
I like so one of the songs that I heard from you was Fungua Mlango. And when I listened to that song, I'm like, this guy, man, sounds like it was a bit of bongo flavor-ish kind of thing going on. Like
I jacked that beat from Dubai. But then we ended up collaborating, so it worked out.
And you know, so you did quite a couple of songs there. Then at some point, there's a Kenyan producer who sent you a track. So then, you know, you did something on it and then never heard from him for like, you know,
Alan. I think his name was Alan. Like he was working at like Studio Flani. Let me not mention it. But anyway, he sent me a track. I worked on it. I didn't hear from him again until I came back, which was actually things go in a circle. We ended up linking up again, and that's how initially, like when I came back to Kenya, I began my music career.
So it was your plug, like when you came back. So one day you're sitting there, you know, you're back in Kenya now, and you know, music scene is popping, and you're scrolling through Instagram, and you come across a beat that Atwal has made for David Degwa and Fela. And you're like, yo, this beat is dope.
And I wanted it so bad, man. Nearly,
so you reach out to Atwal.
I do.
And so, interesting thing is, so Atwal invites you over to his studio. And so you go there, and Atwal is in a recording session with some other artists. And you know, he's having a really hard time with them, trying to get them to do what he wants them to do on the track. And so this is your first time meeting him, and he turns to you and says, yo, listen, I'm going to play you something. Steph Kapela, right? I'm going to play you something. Rhyme over this. So he plays it, and you just kill the flow.
Trial by fire, man. Trial by fire. What happened was, so at this time, Atwal was in Athi River.
Right.
So I DM him. He gives me his email. I send him a couple of songs. He's like, oh, I like this dude. So he said, like, you come out to the studio. We'll see what to do. I figure there's rappers there, just like you said, and then they sucked. They weren't that good. And Atwal goes like he's he's frustrated because if you knew the guy, he didn't have that much patience. So he's just like, yo, you do it, and then do whatever. You have like 20 minutes, right? So
this is your first meeting with him. You're there scribbling.
That song ended up on the album. Like he released an album. Like that song I wrote in like 10. It was in Trap Heaven.
All right. Okay. So before we even go into that, I want you to do for us another performance.
Sure.
And I want you to perform for Ambassador, because yo, listen, that tune is heavy.
Thank you.
Of Vicky's Secrets, which is Steph Kapela's debut album. So I just cross over there to the stage, the Unplugged stage. And ladies and gentlemen, a cappella, Steph Kapela rather, with the song Ambassador. So if we have it, let's play that. But of course, remember, you can talk to us here using hashtag #TheLoopK24. And of course, the WhatsApp number is on the screen right now. Whatever feedback, comments, or questions you have for Steph Kapela, we'll take those in a bit. Yes, sir. There you go. Of course, remember, you can talk to Steph Kapela right here because we are live, and of course, the WhatsApp number is on the screen, and you can send us a WhatsApp message, and we'll sample dope song, man. Love it.
Thank you.
So, I mean, so at some point, you find your way into what do you call it? The trap album, the Trap Heaven album, by 12. And so you're like, okay, cool. You had 5 songs on the album.
Yeah.
And so one day you guys go for an interview on HBR with Ruby. And so Ruby and Atwal sort of get into it. And you're there caught in the middle. And you're like, okay, what the hell's going on here?
Like, I'm new.
Yeah.
I don't want to rub anybody the wrong way because, you know, I have my producer here. And then I have this radio, my first time ever, like, on a radio station in Kenya. So I'm like, yo, I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but I don't know. But they sorted it out. They sorted it out themselves. So, but yeah, like, Atwal was Atwal and Ruby was Ruby. So, like, they definitely had a moment.
So at the launch of Trap Heaven,
Yeah.
like, you know, you had 5 songs on the album. You were supposed to perform at least 2 or 3.
Yeah.
You end up doing just your verse with the song you had with Unique called what?
Yeah.
And then that was like a troubled performance for you because, like, you know, the cord for your microphone was short, so you couldn't move around the stage. Unique is jumping all over the place. You are there like a background vocalist.
You know, things like sometimes things just go full circle. Like, I don't know what happened with that performance, honestly. I don't know why, like, things went the way. But later on, me and Unique ended up being very good friends, like under Ivan Odi. So shout out to Ivan, by the way. But yeah, things go full circle. Like, but then we had that was a really dope song. It was a really dope song off the album. I made a lot of friends, and even like I was able to meet a lot of people in the industry because of that song. And yeah, I'll be forever grateful for it.
And so fast forward kidogo, like, you know, I mean, you and Atwal fell out.
Yeah.
Like, you know, what happened.
Yeah.
And, you know, won't belabor that point.
No.
But then, you know, the song got the sauce.
Yeah.
Right? So that song, you actually recorded it in Ivan's studio.
Yeah. That's the first time I met Ivan. Yeah.
So you went and you recorded it with him in the studio.
Yeah.
And, but then, he's not the one who shot the video for it, though.
No.
That was Osidiana.
Yeah.
Like, who did
Yep.
that, right? And so, Bien from Sauti Sol is in that video.
Yeah.
And Shaq the Youngin is sort of responsible for that happening.
Yeah. So, like, I personally didn't know anything what was happening. Like, I didn't know anything behind the scenes at first, But the first person who, like, was like Jack Rooster.
Yeah.
He's the one who played.
Rooster,
Jack Rooster played it for Mwalimu Rachel. At this time, she's on HBR. Mwalimu Rachel loves it.
Right.
Loves it. Plays it over and over and over and over again in HBR. All of a sudden now the song is now out. It's on rotation now. Shaq the Youngin hears it. Stuart's Bien, yo, have you heard like this dude? Yeah, you know, have you heard this dude? Like, he's a singer, whatever. Like, this song is like really, really dope. Yeah. Bien hears it. Bien loves it. Bien hits me up. Right. And he's like, yo, bro, I love this. So what does, you know, Atwal do? Like, because we are right there with him, and he's like a master. You know, notices an opportunity. Bro, why don't you pass by for the video? Yeah. And Bien is like, we'll see. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Little did I know, Bien showed up.
On the day of the shoot?
He showed up on the day of the shoot. He showed up, like, even before time. Like, he showed up before we were still setting up and everything. And he was patient enough to even wait. Wow. So shout out to Bien, like, man. And
here you are a new artist, man.
Yeah, brand new. brand new. If you go to my Facebook, you'll see, like, the day I sang, like, Isabella, like a cover. And then Bien liked it. I screenshotted that thing, like, man.
And so that began a really good relationship at that point between you and Ivan. Right, you know, you go to the studio and you guys would just jam and, you know, record a lot of songs. And then at some point you're like, you know, we need to make this thing official. Because now, like, we've done a whole body of work and we need to do something. And so then you started working on your EP.
Yeah. We worked on a whole bunch of things, like, especially when we got together in the first time. We were just making things. We were just back to back. We were doing as many songs as possible. And the good thing about Ivan, he has this passion. He's driven by passion. He's driven by the things he actually wants to do purpose. Versus do na kila kitu ingine. Right. So, like, we banged out like a whole bunch of jams. And then ikafika mali, we were like, okay, man, we need to put something out. Right. Like, because we've been doing music, we aren't really dropping that many singles. Let's put out an EP. And since we already had like a whole bunch of songs, we just took 5 of them and went with it.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and that became what was,
Free Steph.
Free Steph, on the EP. And then, at that point, like, you were also doing, I remember you said doing some live shows, which was so dope. I remember seeing you at Industry Night.
Hey, oh my God, like, that was so fire. Yeah. I was so fire. Oh.
Yeah, like, who's, so Kwambox was like, I've got this cat called Steph Kapela, but you come see. So we roll up for Industry. I think it was at Galileo at the time.
Galileo,
So we roll up and like, God damn, this guy is dope. Like, and you did quite a couple of other shows, but one of the shows that, I really remember was when you opened up for Big Shaq in Western.
That
was Terminal Weekend.
Terminal Weekend, yeah.
And you came on stage with the Kenyan flag draped around your shoulders, and you hit the stage.
That was actually Big Shaq. Big Shaq is the one who actually like went out with the Kenyan flag. Yeah. But the performance was dope. Shout out to Dez. Like, Dez was my hype man that day. Shout out to Akina Killswitch. Like, the whole team, the whole crew was there. And it was a great show. Like, people showed up. But, at that time, Big Shaq was Big Shaq.
Man's Not Hot.
Man's Not Hot was hot. Yeah. So, like, it was quite the experience. I really enjoyed it. And I got to meet Big Tobs and, exchange numbers and stuff. So it was
it was good networking opportunity for you as well. So then another show comes up, Festival of Love.
Yeah.
And so, you had really pangered that show properly. So Festival of Love, you're like, okay, fine. I have Fire Blowers. I have the Movement Band, Kina Mutoria, were backing you up on that. Yeah. You had bottles, you were coming on stage to give out to the crowd.
Shout out to Jameson.
Shout out, and you were ready, man. So you get that, and they decide, who's going to start? Let's start Kapela, start the show, and your band isn't even there yet.
So many things were going wrong in the beginning. But I won't get into the business of that. Yeah. I think with every show, there's always going to be some loopholes that nobody saw coming. Yeah. There's always going to be like some vurugana kidogo, but at the end of the day, we ended up performing. And honestly, us going, we were the second act. We went after Elvis.
Right. Elvis is dope.
And Elvis is dope. Elvis is a whole different conversation.
Is amazing.
That guy's a star. Yeah. That guy's a star. I guarantee you. But so we went after Elvis, but like literally that helped us, right? Because we didn't go after like Akina Alicios, so we set the tone. We set the tone for the performance because Elvis came and did his acoustic thing. So when we came in with a full band or whatever, and we set the tone for the rest of the show. And that was something that I'll forever be grateful for because like to date, I still think that's one of my best shows. One of the biggest shows, right?
Okay, so it's also one of your most memorable shows for another reason. 10 seconds into hitting the stage, you had a wardrobe malfunction. What happened? What happened, Steph? You go there, you hit the stage, 10 seconds in, wardrobe malfunction. Tell us.
Like it was like some trowel, like it was a full costume thing that like I'd been hooked up on, but it was so last minute, yeah? So I didn't have time to like try it and make sure it was fine and good, whatever. Nilipatiwa package hivi kana naenda show. Yeah. So by the time nafika show, like it's like I'm wearing this stuff and it's like kind of tight, but we'll make do. I start performing, I hear pa! I'm like, what happened? I look down, I see like the whatever's funguka, like it's funguka, and like, yo, man, I haven't even started. It's like, the song hasn't started yet, man. And then the worst thing is like the stage was so high.
Right.
So you're looking down on everyone, and everyone is looking up to you.
And saying things that
and saying things they're not supposed to be saying, you understand? So it was rough. It was rough for a few seconds. I think I decided to go down on the stage so I could be closer to the people. Yeah, because you like doing that.
Like, you like going down.
I like doing it, but this time I had a purpose. Yeah. This time I had a good reason to go down so that I could snap some things back when everyone wasn't looking. Yeah, but it worked out. It worked out. Some people thought I was trying to be sexy, so you know, it worked out. It worked out.
And you know, just the confidence to be able to just carry on when that happens.
Yeah. It's like in a genuine back in the day, like in Asha, they used to unbuckle their belts and whatnot, and they look like whatever. And yeah, that's what I was doing, as far as you're concerned.
And it worked out. So we stay here with Francis from Harvest at Trademark. Remember, if you've never been to Trademark and to Harvest, you should go and check them out. Tell us a bit more about these margaritas. Like, if I'm at home right now and I'm watching, I'm like, hey, Kina, Steph and Mike are enjoying drinks there. You and me, I should make one. What ingredients can I use to make like a simple, you know, margarita cocktail at home?
Okay, for the classic margarita, it has like 3 ingredients. That's the tequila of your choice. Like, I'd prefer the Don Julio. There's a Don Julio over here. Right. A Don Julio Silva. You can do Reposado or Añejo, depending on the class that you want. And then there is, you can use Contru. Right. Or you can use Triple Sec, depending on also what you want. That is in terms of the liqueur. And then there is lime. Right. And then to top it up, you garnish with rim salt and garnish with lime.
All right. I see Steph is about to finish his drink here. What are you going to make for us next? Maybe something from the mandates. From the mandates, yeah? The classic margarita it is. All right. Oh, perfect. And of course, remember, you can catch the mandates at Harvest, at Trademark. Yeah. Go there and ask for Francis. This guy's going to give you some Franco. Ask for Franco. He's going to give you some really dope drinks. Yeah. Make sure that you check that out. Yeah. All right. So one of the meetings for you, and you know, one of the collabos in this industry that made you realize how professional the industry can be is when you met with King Kaka and did, you know, the collabo for Blessing. Yeah. Because tell us why that meeting with King Kaka and collaboration helped you realize how professional the industry is. I mean, first of all, it was very structured. Like it's a very structured organization. It's not like, you know, us guys sometimes we operate out of friendship. You know, like you're close to the people you work with, and that works great for us. But for most organizations, in order for things to run smoothly, there needs to be a certain level of detachment between, you know, co-workers. And the first thing I noticed was how structured it was. Like, when we needed to be here, we were directed by someone else. Like, you know, there was like a whole ecosystem of how this thing is supposed to be working. Right. However, I think the thing that really gongad me kabisa was when he let me know. Like, I asked him, like, when we were doing the launch, I asked him, like, so how long does it take for you to reach out to corporates and whatever, so that you know, like, you're dropping this thing? He told me, like, yo, bro, mind you, this is like the end of the year, this is like deck or something. He told me, bro, by this time last year, I already knew that I was gonna drop my album today over here in this place. Wow, you know, that's that planned. So I was shocked, like a year into it, like a whole year into it. It's not only like the album is done, but even the launch itself has been planned for. And now it's just a matter of like putting the funds together and putting the pieces together, and then that thing happens. Okay. So it was definitely an eye opener. All right. So in 2020, you know, Corona checks in. Yeah. And everybody is in quarantine, and you know, guys are at home, and you know, things are happening. You decide this is the perfect time to drop Vicky's Secret. Yeah. I didn't know it was gonna be the perfect time. Honestly, tuliachia Mungu. But yeah, guys were home, guys were consuming more content, and by this time, because we dropped it around, was this in May? It was May 29th. Yeah. So like at this time, people have already been at home for like a prolonged amount of time, so they've been consuming content, and now we know, like, guys are really consuming content. Classic margarita. All right, this is for Steph. Okay. All right. Oh man, classic margarita. Bro, man, we treat royalty here like it deserves, man. Wait, so Franco, before you go, what is this? Now this one is the classic margarita. Right. It has tequila, Don Julio Silva, and then it has Contru, lime juice, and aquafaba, or the chickpea water, to produce the foam, and then it has a salt rim. I can make this at home? You can make this at home, yeah. Just like how much would I buy this for, like, if I was... If you're coming to Harvest, it's 600 shillings only. God damn, this is worth it, man. So... What's that thing floating inside there? It's a dehydrated lime. Dehydrated live.
It has to be
live,
dehydrated, people. It has to be
The
dehydrated.
process takes like
Yes.
24 hours.
There you go.
And so what's on, and then what's on the rim of the glass?
Yeah, it's salt.
Oh, that's salt. Huh?
Yeah, salt,
What does that do?
Which one?
With the salt, what does the salt
You
do?
see, tequila balance very well with salt. Yeah. So if you take the tequila and then you feel the salt on the rim, it balance everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Mike, you guys never used to take shots and then you have
Oh, yeah,
like
then you put
salt
the,
kidogo
yeah,
hapo.
now this is a much better way to do it.
Actually, it was a culture
This
in
is classic.
Mexico.
Yeah, this is a classic way to do it.
I love it.
Franco from Harvest, but make sure, of course, when you're at Trademark, you drop by Harvest. Franco will make you the best cocktails there. And, of course, you know, they've got the mandates. So that's a whole lineup of margarita cocktails that they can sort you out with. Thank you so much, Franco.
Thank you.
All right, so tell us about, you know, the name of the album, Vicky's Secrets.
Yeah.
Of course, that comes from Victoria's Secrets, the lingerie line. Why did you decide to go with that as the name for the album?
It was more so a metaphor. It was more so a metaphor. Like the way you see, like when you look at a woman like who's wearing like lingerie,
Right.
like it's very appealing. It's very appealing. You want to do some things, right? But it's not the lingerie that's pulling you. It's how
It's the promise of what is
exactly
comes.
right.
Yeah.
So it's what's underneath it that really actually sparks your interest, even though it like that's the decoration for it. So that was kind of like how Vicky's Secret was. That was like the covering was how smooth, how like interconnected the songs were, how like the sounds, the melodies, how they blend into each other. They're all very enticing. But what's really captivating, is like what's underneath it, and it's the content, and it's an entire story of a relationship from the very beginning to the end.
I like how you did that, because so when you start with the first song on the album, Pamoja, you know, so there's this guy Brayo and you know
Sylvia.
Sylvia.
Yeah.
And so Brayo and Sylvia in love, and it's just like any typical relationship where that is, you know, the honeymoon stage, and everybody's in love, and you know you're doing all these things, and then you know things start going a bit crazy.
That's
you get to Marangapi.
Yep.
So by the time you get to the song Marangapi, there's a bit of arguments there, and then there's a song Waste No Love.
That's the threat.
Yeah,
That's
and now Brian started making threats to Sylvia, saying, you know, me, I'm not going to hang out here for too much longer, man. You know, I can see other things going on out there.
Kabisa.
And then, you know, finally Brian gets his freedom, but that's the time we get to the song Ambassador, which you just performed here. You know, and Brian is back to the streets. The streets is calling.
And he has answered.
and he has answered. And so, you know, so that's why I like how that love story just goes on like this. And then, you know, when you get to the song Weekendy, Weekendy is, you know, Brian now is in the streets, meets Karen, and so he meets this lady called Karen, and he's like, you know, throwing lines and telling her, you know, can you come over for, you know, for the weekend?
For the weekend.
For the weekend.
You know.
You know, can you come over? And Karen is like, you're moving a bit too fast.
Yeah.
You know, and he's like, you know, that's all right.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry. This is exactly how it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
And after he spends the weekend, he starts regretting. He starts realizing that, okay, yeah, now I have this freedom. I can do whatever I want, but I really miss this girl. And that's when, like, in Wangu na Wangeshi, he's self-reflecting. He's like, now my issue is nataka wangu, lakini pia nataka wangeshi. Unaona? So, and that's where he starts, like, kind of self-reflecting.
Right.
And by the time you get to in the booth, he's like,
you know, I miss Sylvia.
Yeah,
I miss Sylvia. And so, like, in the booth now, he's like sort of, you know, giving an ode out to Sylvia, saying, you know, like, can you take me back?
I mean, he wants to get back with her, but he's also like he's feeling unworthy now, because he's the one who stepped out. He's the one who wanted out. So by the time, that's why that last call, like he's like, I really want her, and he calls her, but then when she picks up, he doesn't have the words. He just gets stuck, and then he just hangs up. Yeah.
It's a beautiful, beautiful love story. Let me tell you, if you have not listened to this album, you need to get it. And you know, for a debut album, this is fantastic. This thing is like in my mind already triple platinum, you know, and going on. I mean, if you just had how Steph has broken it down, that, you know, it's a typical love story that most of us go through. So make sure that, of course, you go and you buy that debut album. It's out on all platforms, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you can get that. And, you know, Vicky's Secrets, fantastic offering by Steph Kapela. What's next for you in 2021?
A lot of music.
You said you wanted to do like 9 more albums.
Yeah, I have a 10-year plan.
Yeah.
I have a 10-album plan.
Yeah.
So after 10 albums, like I'm done. Like in terms of making music on a commercial basis.
Right.
I'll always make music for the rest of my life or be involved in music in one way or another. But as far as me actively like going to the studio and being like, yo, I want to make a project, whatever, I think no, 10 albums, I'm good.
Okay. So expect more music from Steph Kapela. Of course, remember you can follow him on all social media platforms. You're at I am Kapela on Instagram.
I am Kapela everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere, just follow that.
Yeah. So I want us to end the interview with one. You know, this song to me, like, oh my God, so it's absolutely great. Wewe ni nani?
Hey, shout out to Ska. Shout out to Ska from Wakadinali. Yo.
How did that song? Cause that song is so dope. How did that come about?
Let me tell you, that song almost didn't come out when it came out. This is like all credit to Ivan Odi, because he's the one who had that vision to begin with. Yeah. He's the one who sent me the beat and was like, yo, write this, do this. And then like after I did, it was like, yo, I think we should get Ska on this. Right. And we sent the song out to Ska, and Ska loved it and worked on it, and the rest is history. But like even the way we put it out, because we put it out just before we put out Vicky's Secrets. And I wasn't of the opinion at that time that we needed to release like a rap song when an R&B or whatever is about to come. Yeah. But I was clearly wrong on that one. She went off. Like Wewe ni Nani just took life of its own. I
want to say thank you so much to Franco from Harvest. Thank you, Franco.
Cheers, bro.
Drinks are great. Make sure that you go to Harvest at Trademark Hotel. Check out Franco. There's going to make you the best margarita cocktails. Of course, they've got the mandates, which are right now in the offering for you. Those are some of the best margaritas you'll ever taste anywhere. So make sure that you try that out. Let's get this song, Wewe ni Nani. So hit the stage there, Steph Kapela. You've got
yeah, I think I'm deciding to go with things here.
That's it here on Unplugged. Then we sign off tonight with Steph Kapela and the song Wewe ni Nani. Of course, make sure that you follow him on all social media handles. Follow us as well, and keep the conversation going on WhatsApp and social media too.
Aye. Omomura inchuya. Nkiokora. Na kiokoroko. Yeah. Wewe ni nani? Wewe ni wakina nani? Ati umetoka pande gani? Wapi mtani? Mbona nikaujulikani? Buda, umekamna kina nani? Mbona unakasa mabani flani? Unakawa Kilimani? Umefikaje Kasarani? Buda, umejileta pabaya. Wacha kitu neza kutetea. Hata magoba ndo wale wabaya. Na mpaka kitu na anatembea. Life si fair. Lazima vijana washibe juu maisha ilishatulemea. Huwezi compare. Kama uliweza kusoma, usikampu nisomea. Kenya ulipewa misi na wengine lazima tusake. Kenya ipatikani kwangu lazima ipatikane kwake. Nalenga chai walai ni hustle nipate mkate. Bahati mbaya mimi hate siwezi kushiba na mate. Mwisho wa rodi labda ni pingu, labda ni panga vile itakam. Ngori ni ngori bado na kam. Sinaga wori mbogi haram. Mwisho wa rodi labda ni pingu, labda ni panga vile itakam. Ngori ni ngori bado na kam. Sinaga wori mbogi haram.
Wewe ni nani? Katu kujut na kudisrespect. Siulize na kuibia kwa nini. Hata mimi naibiwaga na MCSK. Nikikupona na nunua makali kumoka na wizi. Hata misi expect. Unaona mabati mimi naona nyumbani. Kacheze mbali buda hisi estate. Mbia koka heta bado anatafutwa. Manze na stika liko. Wanteta mimi na vitu mbili kubwa. Buda dick na ego. Hadharani nina njora. No face utadhani ni horror. Sino kora wa kuchora. Kukusorora before kukupora. Huku ni kazi na sala, azina kuna kulala. Wametu kazi ya sana. Mindo na kanga na ganji ya chama. Niko na gari ya pana, lakini Benz tukikuja matanga. Fala na kwara, tukamvunja mifupa kwa kumsamba mapanga. So labda ni pingu, labda ni panga vile itakam. Kianzisha ngori, naongeza irori. Ndo tujue nani ni chizi ya kijam. Mwisho wa rodi, labda ni pingu, labda ni panga vile itakam. Kianzisha ngori, naongeza irori. Ndo tujue nani ni chizi ya kijam.
You gotta know how to move in the city. I walk with a limp, I got money in the shoes. She got them drooling the size of the titties, but they don't know that's where she keep all the loot. Can't make a call in the middle of traffic unless all the windows is up to the max. And even then I can't even relax. I know how them niggas be moving the packs.
I swear we move with the best.